going on, guys? Welcome back to Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Rob Odie, and this is Spotlight 39, coming to you live just like we do pretty much every Monday through Thursday at or around 8 p.m. Look, we had some time, differences, a couple hours behind. We're going to get caught up, man. I got a super special guest ready to get into it now, and then I got another one lined up right after that, man. So, look, before we get into it, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, give this video a thumbs up, help push this thing out there on that YouTube algorithm. But more importantly, man, comment during this broadcast. Show my guy some love. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. That's what it's all about, all right? So before we get into it, let me pull up the Darius Minor Foundation. It's the Black Bears Heart Walk, October 10th at the University of Maine. I talk about it every night, man. If you can't be a part of it in person, no harm, no foul. But please, please, please do your part and help support. Just share it across your social media. DM39.org. That's the website, all right? And then look, I just made the announcement. We're doing a PlayStation 5 raffle. So make sure you tap into social media. It's gonna be blasted all over. It's gonna be in the description to all the YouTube videos leading up to it. You can win a PlayStation 5 for little to nothing, but it's gonna go to a great cause with the Darius Minor Foundation. So, all that stuff out the way, man. I'm done rambling. Let's get into it, man. What's going on? Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what you do, man. All that good stuff. Let's have a good conversation, man. It's Monday Night Football. I got the Raiders Ravens going on in the background. What do you got, man? The floor is yours.
Yes, sir. My name is Anthony Evans, class of 2023. I'm from Virginia. No, I'm from Texas, from
Hey,
Texas. Yes, sir.
good deal, man. And we what? A three-star wide receiver, right?
Yes, sir.
So three-star wide receiver, class of 2023, out of Converse, Texas, right? So
Yes,
Texas, you
sir.
guys have pretty much been almost non-COVID in a sense to what you guys been able to do, right? As far as almost living life a little more normal than the rest of us. And where I'm getting at with all that is, man, you got to throw on some pads and play some football last fall, right? So let's take it back to
Sir.
last fall. And when you got to throw on those pads, man, walk me through last football season because your story's a little different, right? You didn't come out the gate, as a starter. You had a little interesting story. So if you don't mind sharing that, and then we'll go from there.
All right. So I had going right into the season. I had broke my finger, so that put me back a little bit. Then that put three seniors and a junior ahead of me. So going into the season, I wasn't looked at as the superstar of the team, that guy that's going to be leading the team to wins. Um, so that put me back a little bit. Then I believe the third game of the season, that junior that was in my spot had got hurt. So that put me into his spot. So then I was able to take advantage of the blessing that God had given me and then step up to the challenge. And then I had played a good game that week. And then, that made me the starter for the rest of the season going into this season. Luckily, he was a junior. So he's back this year, able to play.
Now y'all that dynamic duo, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
Y'all,
sir.
but y'all just went from good to better, right? And then from better
Yes,
to
sir.
going after that state championship, man. Look, Texas, that's a big market though for some high school football. You
Oh,
got a lot
yeah.
of competition down there, man. But cool, man. So
Sir.
let's do this, right? So after you finally got back on the field, right? You claimed the starting role. You got to show out. You got to do your thing, man. What part of your game did you recognize as something that you just wanted to tweak or get that much better at off season? And then walk me through what your off season looked like.
So going into that year, this was my very first wide receiver. So I was real like fresh to everything. I was a quarterback all the way up until,
Wow.
this year. So I was a little like I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing what coach told me. So this off season was huge for me. I got with my trainer. Shout out RimFit.
There it is.
Got with him. He helped me with the little things, that helps wide receivers, a little footwork, coming off the line, being explosive after catching the ball, coming out of your breaks, all that type of stuff. And then going into the camps, I was feeling really good. He got me prepared, and my dad got me prepared. Um, so I showed out. I picked up a couple offers from those camps, and
Hey,
then
hey, camps, man. Walk us through what camps did you hit? Because as soon as June 1 hit, man, it looked like the college football world just opened up, right? Everything was being
Yes,
announced,
sir.
camp, that camp. So which camps, did you have the opportunity to hit? Any All Americans? Were they just colleges? What were you involved with?
Sheesh. All right. So I believe my very first camp was Texas
Okay.
UT on June 2nd, and then I did my thing there. And then I think it was the 7th. I had went to TCU, did my thing there, and then I think the 8th I went to Oklahoma State. No, it was a lot. Then I think I went
On tour
to
this summer.
Arizona, Arizona that, and then I went to that Under Armour All American camp. I think it was like right before the summer, or it might have been in the summer. I'm not really sure. I won the wide receiver MVP thing at that camp, so that really put me on around the map, got me
Yeah,
my name out there.
man, them Under Armour camps.
So yes, sir.
Yeah, so you went on tour, right? So so
Oh
you were
yeah,
on tour. You hit pretty much every college in the Southwest, right? In a sense, it
yes, sir.
felt like, and did your thing. Came out on top at the Under Armour. Balled out at all the schools, right? So
Yes,
with all that work, plus the work with the trainer, right? Let's bring it to full circle and come to the current season. We got 3 games in. Game 4 is on Friday. So, what are you seeing, as far as the work that you put in this offseason? Are you seeing that on the field? Are you seeing the explosiveness, the hands, the footwork, whatever it is that you worked on? Are you seeing the fruits of your labor, come to surface?
oh yes, sir. I'm most definitely seeing a difference between this year and last year, especially being that last year was my first year. Of course, I said, but it's a huge difference. I feel more experienced at the position. I trust myself more. My hands are a lot stronger. I feel like I once that ball touches my hands, I bring it in. Um, Catch the ball. At that explosiveness that I was talking about that I really liked last year. It's a huge difference this year.
Yeah.
I catch the ball, I turn, and I look like I get tackled, and then it feels like I'm not even moving, but I already got the first down. It feels like so.
Huge.
You
So,
know,
so all the
that,
hard work showing off, right? And the best part is
um,
you still got how many seasons left in high school?
one more after this year. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So once you finish up this year, you get to look at your game, reevaluate it, and then come back that much better next year, right? You're only going to get bigger, stronger, faster, man. I say that all the time, but it's so fun to watch, young student athletes, just continue to grow and develop. And the fact that, man, you went on tour, you got a trainer, man, you're doing all the right things, showing out. You already got a handful of blessings, right? So let's get
Sure.
to that, right? Let's touch on the classroom because I already know the grades is where they need to be, but I'm gonna let you shout that out because that's
Yeah.
a big deal, man. So what's the grades looking like? Are you academically fit to get with these programs that want you to be a part of what they got?
Oh yeah, sir. I'm an AB student. I've been an AB student for a real long time, so it's on me. It's on effort to keep up my grades. That's all school is effort. So
Yeah, man. So we hit the books like we hit the field, probably a little bit harder, hopefully, right? And all that, goes hand in hand with this recruiting process. So class of 23, what does your recruiting look like? What was that breakthrough moment when that first program said, "Hey, we like what we see. We want you to be a part of what we got." And then was it a domino effect from there? What does it look like for you?
so my very first offer, I was at a basketball game. I just got done with practice. I went to a basketball game. I was right next to my head coach. Well, I believe I was on one side and then he was on the other side. So I was on the home side, he was on the away side. So we were just watching the basketball game, and then he just texted me, and he was like, AE, that's what they call me at my school. He was like, AE, um, call this coach right here. So it said Coach Scott, University of Houston.
Uh
So I
oh.
was like, uh-oh, what is this about? So I think my dad was sitting right with the coach. So I felt like he knew a little bit about it. So I stepped out, and then I walked over to the door, and I called him. I called him right away. I didn't waste no time. I called him,
Time,
and
right?
then,
It could be
oh
like
yeah, I didn't waste no time.
still stepping away.
Oh yeah.
There you
So I went into that hallway. I called him. We had a little conversation, and then he ended off the conversation. I see my dad running up, and then he ended off the conversation. He was like, "We would like to give you a scholarship offer to come to the University of Houston." And that hit me right there because I've been working at this football stuff since I was 4 years old. I was never the biggest, the strongest, or the fastest until recently, but
go. Until
I
recently.
was never like, yeah, I was never the best on my team until, started putting in that work, started taking this football stuff serious. So that really hit me. And then I'm sure it hit my family and my parents because, it's nothing like seeing your son get his first offer to go to college for free.
It.
And it was another thing because my cousin actually runs track and jumps at U of H. So, that was a blessing in disguise for a first offer. And then
Got family
the
already
next,
on campus. That's the first
oh,
squad that
yeah.
comes out. And then from there, man, was it a domino effect or did it take a little while for the next coach to hit
Oh, yeah. I think that night,
you?
my coach
Close
had got on the
right?
phone.
You said, yo,
Oh,
Houston wants me. Bang. Look, if they want you, look, let's get on the horn.
yes, sir. So I think it was that night. My coach was like, I just got off the phone with UTSA, which is another really good school around here who recruits my school. So, and they have, like three dudes on our team who go there. So, he called and then he was like, I got some good news for you. And then the next day, he sent me the number. So I called him and then I was like, hey, Dad, here go another one. And then, that conversation, he was like, I'd like to give you an offer to UTSA. Yeah, it was most definitely a domino effect.
And now we're sitting on a nice handful of blessings, right? And
Yes, sir.
you're only going to continue to grow, develop, and then more blessings are going to come your way. That's just how it works, right? People aren't going to start calling, stop calling your phone because you've already got a handful. But like, look, if they want you, we want you. And then the people that aren't pulling the trigger just yet, man, take a look at the film. Look at this dude, man. Class
Yeah, yes,
already
sir.
balling out. What more to say, man? So congratulations on all the hard work, man. It's definitely showing off. Like I said, the film don't lie, man. You're something special in the field, and you're only going to get better, only going to get bigger, stronger, faster, and that's exciting. But let's stop talking football.
Sir.
We can talk football for however long we want, man. As I'm watching football in the background, we can talk football. But let's stop. Let's talk about you. Let's learn a little bit about who you are outside the game, man. So when you're not working out, when you're not playing football, training for football, whatever it is you do with football, heck, man, I don't even care if you're on Madden on the PlayStation 5 playing football, right? When you're not doing any of that, what are you involved with, man? What do you like to do? You know, who are you?
So when I'm not playing football, I'm a family guy, so I'll be with my family most of the time, or I may go out with my friends once in a while. But being in that connection with God is a good is huge in life. So, I like to build that relationship with God, praying to Him, telling Him to, please give me more blessings.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that
Let's peel back the onion though, man. Look, because look, talking about yourself, it seems a whole lot easier until you're asked to do it, right? So let me.
yeah, yes, sir.
Are you a sneakerhead? Are you the typical high school kid that just loves sneakers? I know when I was in high school, the playoff 11s was my go-to, and then every pair of Allen Iversons that came out until he went to the Nuggets, I had to have, right? So that was me. That was my get up. What do you like, man?
So I used to be like a huge sneakerhead until like I think last year during COVID, I just started like wearing Crocs. So like that's all I wear. I just wear
Oh
chill fit every day.
man, I
Chill fit every day to school.
COVID hit, man. I wouldn't even go into the Crocs store. I wouldn't even buy my daughter Crocs. And now I got a couple pair. My daughter got pretty much every color in the rainbow, man. So the Crocs is the
Yes, sir.
go-to. Look, I even look. Speaking of Crocs, man, look, I got my little football Croc. Little what is it? A widget, gidget, whatever they call them, right? That's cool, man. So you rock Crocs now. But before that, what was the go-to? What was the must-have pair?
I used to wear Air Maxes. I used to wear all the Jordans. I used to get everything.
Look,
That's another blessing most kids
dude,
aren't
if
able to have.
if it was a re-release, you had to have it, right?
Yes, sir.
I like it. I like it. So let me ask you one more question, and then we can close this thing out, man. It's Friday night. You're about to go to war with your brothers, right? What's in your ears? What's on the playlist? What's banging, getting you ready to go?
Ah, so I'll probably listen to recently. I'll probably listen to that new Drake,
Oh,
that new album that he came out. That new Drake, that's hard right there. Or I'll listen to some unreleased little baby. Everybody listen to that young boy before that game. That get everybody hyped.
okay.
So that's my type of stuff right there. But when we go like to the team, like we be blasting music, so we'll probably go like the old stuff They, like the hype. They'll get everybody hype in the locker room, screaming,
Little
dancing, and everything
take
at
it
the
back with a
movie.
little Archie. We ready, right? A little passion.
Yeah,
Troy. This is the city. Look, man,
yes, sir.
that was my time frame, man. I love that. The new hip hop. I'm not too big on, but Drake, that new Drake album, I'm serious. Look, he put
Oh
that.
yeah,
In my opinion, he put Kanye to shame, man. Kanye did his thing, right? Everybody was waiting on it. Personally, I was a little disappointed. I need old school college dropout Kanye, right? But
yeah,
it's Kanye. He does what he does. He's gonna sell records regardless. But that new Drake,
yeah. He came with some heat right there. That last album was heat.
yes, sir. So, man, let's do this, man. I'm gonna close this thing out with my final question I do every single time. I didn't give it to you pre-show for a reason, because I want you to think about it, man. And that question is, what motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today?
Myself,
Okay.
you know, every day, it's not always gonna be a good day. So it's always about that bounce back mentality. So hopefully to have a better day tomorrow, better day the next day, better day the next day, until eventually, you know, sad to say, but you don't wake up the next morning or something tragic happens. So just every day focusing on having a better day, no matter what happens. Adversity is going to happen, but that bounce back mentality, like I just said. So
You had that, right? You had the finger injury coming into
yes,
last
sir.
season, right? And what did you do? You hit the bounce back, right? You got
Yes,
blessed in
sir.
a position to get on the field, right? You made the most of it. Then you go on tour during the summer, right? Which is just crazy to think about, because putting your body through that back to back to back, man. Kudos to you. And then all that, it's paid dividend, because you're getting the blessings that you deserve, right? You're getting the looks, the exposure, man. People know who you are, right? And only more people are going to do
Yes,
that
sir.
forward, man. So look, stay safe, stay healthy, man. Let's stay in contact. This was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed this conversation. Let's run this thing back,
Yes,
all right?
sir.
So continue
Yes,
to
sir.
do
I got you.
Rob Bodie, man. This was Spotlight 39. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and check out that PlayStation 5 raffle. It's live. Let's go. I'm gonna close it out, my man Darius Miner, like I do every single time. Stay with us, man. I got another interview coming up right after this. All right.